Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Law, the Unite content creator on a budget, and today we'll be looking at Greedent. Yeah, I recently started playing a lot of Greedent, because I like it. Find it quite fun to play because it's quite annoying. So just explaining its passive, every time you hit about 3 times it gets a berry. So you can collect up to 5 berries, and each time you collect a berry actually increases the kind of like your shielding, and it reduces the cooldowns on the move as well. So with 5 fully loaded berries, your tackle actually resets just like that. Yeah, so you can use that in a fight however you like to either move to the enemy side to get your stacks in, or you can use the tackles to retreat. Defense curl, essentially what it does is gives you a little shield while it gives you an additional berry, so you can use that to run around. And Greedent is one of the only characters that can pick up a berry at full health, and this will actually count as one of the so-called berry stacks that Greedent has. So this is quite good, especially if you are trying to do invading, which I will try later in the game and show it to you. Yep, so you want to use tackle for all that last hitting that Greedent does very well, and yeah, this can help you secure the kills and help you get your stacks and your scores. So very quickly going to level 5, you get covered. So I'm running the covered belch combo. You can run staff chick bullet seed, but I feel that covered belch gives you a bit more maneuverability and some belch helps with the extra secure as well. So, and yeah, covered belch is more fun to play, although it's a bit hard to get the maneuverability right. So yeah, while you're running around in your covered, what you can do is you can actually sort of like use your tackle together, so that's gives you like a mini arc where you can aim. Yeah, so when you get to level 7 you get belch, which is stronger. So belch essentially just an area. Yeah, and then you basically spray burp in this area and then it will destroy your enemies. So you can run covered with belch together. So I'm just showing you, if you have 5 stacks it resets the cooldown of your belch, get reset like almost instantly. So that's very good. So how people normally play Greedent is they run the cover with the belch. So okay, here I'm just trying something out. Yeah, so I was just trying to see if the berry stacks actually increases your damage with Greedent. So actually I don't think it does. Yeah, it's the same. So it doesn't really increase the damage with Greedent, but when you have full berry stacks, what it does is it really resets the cooldown. Yeah, so if you run covered belch, essentially you're just running around and burping into your enemies. It's a bit hard to maneuver and to control. Yeah, so yeah, you just want to play around with it. One thing that really helped me so-called like aim the cover better is to just you don't really have to aim it like a normal moves that you do. You just have to press it in the direction that you're running. So that's how I try to aim the belch. I'm still kind of working on the aiming. You don't always get it right as a Greedent, but yeah, essentially you want to keep doing that. And I think later on I will show very briefly how you can cover belch, and yeah, later on in the guide, not really a guide but in the gameplay, I can kind of show you a little bit about how I yeah, just run around and belch, kind of like what I did with the wild Pokemon just now. Yep, so now I'm just waiting for the sceneries to come back. Yep, so when Unite move me, so essentially when Greedent uses his Unite move, it gets full berry stacks continuously, so it doesn't really run out. Yeah, so for a period of time you will always have max berry stacks. So when you always have max berry stacks, that means you can just keep spamming your belch, or if you're running bullet seed, you can keep spamming your bullet seed without any repercussions. Yeah, so it's really quite good normally used in a last ditch effort, or if you're caught in a group of enemies and in the team fights, it really helps you to just keep using your belch against multiple groups of enemies, and this could really turn the tides in the game. So As Greedent, you're always just running around trying to steal wild Pokemon from the enemy side, trying to take all the experience that you can, prevent your enemies from getting them, and at the same time you want to support your team in the team fights, especially with your Belch, because your Belch has potential to secure, and if you're running the Fluffy Tail, you kind of have a duty to make sure that, yeah, you really get the last hits in and secure your objectives like your Dreadnought, Rotom, or even Zapdos. So yeah, Greedent is quite annoying. He has potential to do a lot of damage, but yeah, I'm still working on the damage part. I think later you'll see in the game. I don't do a lot of damage, but I think I kind of have fun trying to play the role of how I see like professional players play the Greedent. So this is quite interesting for me. So yeah, without further ado, let us uh, go into a match and see how I do with an invading Greedent. Yeah, so I'm heading to a match with Greedent, and I'm using the Fluffy Tail for the battle item. For health items, I actually run a Focus Band, Body Barrier, and Attack Weight. So yeah, Attack Weight is because Greedent can score quite easily, and it stacks pretty decently if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it stacks quite well, and well, a lot of professional players are running this build as well with fantastic results. So yeah, I learned from the professionals and I just try to apply them in my games. So Focus Band is for the extra health, so you're kind of annoying in the fight because you're always somehow still alive even as the enemies try to keep attacking you. And Body Barrier is to really shield your team a little bit and give yourself a bit of shield when you use that Unite move, so that really always helps in the team fight. So now I'm going to do Invading, and you can see I just run straight through the center area. So if you're doing Invading, it's very important to just, yeah, run as fast as you can there and see what you can get. So now, with regards to what you can take in the enemy central area, kind of depends on the Pokemon that's there. So normally what I do for this is I just go for the Corphish. So normally this time so you can see the episode there is trying to take the buffs. So normally you won't make it in time for the buffs, or if you do, depending on the jungler, they might just very easily take you down. Like episode is actually quite good early game, so it's a bit hard for Greedent to take on his own. So what I'm doing is I'm just running, and the Gengar sees me and gets him. So actually Greedent is quite good in the if it's fighting other junglers like the Cinderace or Greninja, or these two right here, Charizard or Aegislash, because they only get their spikes or their power spikes at level 5. So they are it's easier to kind of take it from them. Although the best I feel will always be like something like a Cinderace, where you can always kind of like get the last hits. There's a high chance for you to get last hits as compared to as compared to an Epso or Aegislash even, where they can just get their secures in. So what I'm doing now is I'm just being annoying. I'm just stacking, running back into the enemy. So it's kind of like denying them the jungle. So normally if someone does a full rotation, they will come out of the jungle level 5. But because I stole the crabs when I came in at the first round, the Epso was only level 4 when it came out. Yep, so now I'm just taking crabs, so I'm preventing the Aegislash from getting a little bit more experience. So our Gengar is pretty decent this game, pretty good. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of like supporting and hanging around, and yeah, so that I can get my stacks. So this is the ideal scenario for stacking. All these orbs on the ground, so I just take one stack, and then when we kill another one, there's another 2 that I just take and stack. And we leave the goal at 1. So that's a very good play right there. Yep. Although I don't know why the Gengar scored 7 and cleared the goal. I don't really like clearing the first goal because then you leave the enemy with a lot of experience in the early game. Like it's only like 7 minutes into the game. So now since I'm there at the 7-minute mark, I know that the buffs will rotate out, and since no one is getting them, I just take them. Yeah, So the Greedent wanted to stop me, but he had too little health, so even if I come in, it wouldn't work. So you can see me just playing with the cover there and obviously missing the first belch. So I have a lot to improve on when it comes to aiming my belch as well. But yeah, so essentially is what you want to do at Greedent when you have time. You just take the enemy jungle, and fortunately the rest of my team is good as well, so that you can just do your Greedent things. But here I got a bit too greedy, wanted to score, and obviously Aegis Dash is quite a good counter against Greedent. Yeah, so one thing about invading is because you are busy invading, you kind of leave the rest of your team to do other things. So they have to hold the fort for you, and counting one jungler aside, so that means in one of the lane there will only be one Pokemon. So basically the down a member is hard for you to do that. So normally when you invade, you can consider invading for only one rotation or two rotation of the enemy jungle buffs. After that, I think you should spend most of your time just supporting your team in the team fights, helping them, whether it's to push for the second goal or just capturing objectives. So here I'm just pulling back because I know that there's no helping the Decidueye. So now I'm just holding the goal. Yep. So while my team is fighting on top and we wait, I think we're just waiting for Rotom to spawn. I just defending the goal here. I thought the cover would help, but I think it didn't stun them, so I should have just auto attacked anyway instead of running the cover trying to stop them. But yeah, so I use my Unite move, and you can see you can use your Unite move. You can just keep belching and belching and belching, and that actually dealt quite a bit of damage to them, and I attribute this to my attack rate stats, so that's quite good as well. Unfortunately, I cannot stop that Greedent, that go-getter Greedent, but I think that's fine. Well, go-getter used to be a good thing last time when score comp was more popular. I feel that now you don't really need it in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I still think that Fluffy Tail on Greedent is better because you can help your teammates secure. So here I just pop the Fluffy Tail, so when my teammates attack it, it does quite a bit of damage, so you can really wipe out the Dreadnought very fast. Then we had just needed to clear the 9 tails, and that was it. Yeah, so easy Dreadnought. And here I wanted to kind of like push with the team. So like if we're pushing second goal, since there's like 4 of us there. Yep, so while they're pushing, I try to clear the jungle. I could join them in the team fight also. Sometimes it might be better to join your teammates in the push, but now it's so late into the game already, in 3 minutes, so they kind of like spawn in 5 seconds. Even if you kill them, then they can use the jump pads. Okay, so here the Absol kind of like was chasing me, but I saw the Gengar uniting, so just there to support. Yep. So now we head back, and we kind of like just defend. I feel normally about in this last minute or so I defend and get whatever farm that we can get. So I was trying to help, couldn't help Charizard there, but yeah, no worries. So now we just continue farming. Yep. So normally for last objectives, we could get Rotom, but I think it's not necessary. Oh, here I'm just signaling that Decidueye kind of AFK'd for a while, not responding. But yeah, I think the Decidueye came back. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, so in the meantime, I'm just farming here. So when you're level 13, both of your moves get the plus. So it's always good to be higher level, as high as you can for the Zapdos fight. Yep, so you can see that they're there. Somehow we managed to get Rotom, so that was good. But and yeah, they stayed alive, so that's also good. So here what we do is we get the Charizard low, he Unite moves me. So see the Gengar low, so I use the Body Barrier to Body Barrier him. I use the Unite move to Body Barrier him. Yeah, so here we just buy some time, hold the side, and yeah, with the Gengar using the Hex, you can really take down Zapdos very fast. So yeah, so that was quite a good game with the Invade Greedent. Again, I think that I could really improve on the damage that I deal with my belch, and that has to do with my aiming of the belches. And yeah, I think maybe I could have supported the team fights a little bit more, especially after the 5-minute mark. So only do the invading at the first part. So I'm still working out this invading, but I hope it gives you an idea. This video kind of gives you an idea of what an invade Greedent kind of does or likes to do. And yeah, when you see an invade Greedent at the start of the game, I think you can just zero in on it. So key signs of an invade Greedent is like what you see me there, a fluffy tail Greedent. So normally a fluffy tail Greedent you can sorry, you have a fluffy tail Greedent you can, yeah, you can sort of like prepare in the event that it does try to invade. So yeah, invade Greedent is annoying and not all the time it works out, but when it does, yeah, you are really annoying pain in the neck. You deny the jungler their experience, so and everything snowballs right in the fight. So if the jungler cannot get to level 5 in the first rotation, it really puts them at a disadvantage, and these effects could always snowball throughout the entire game, especially with this latest update of the game. So it's quite, with this latest patch, everything snowballs quite a lot. Yeah, so that's game. Again, I had a pretty good teammates this time round. Yeah, Gengar doing 104. I only did 37k, so that wasn't a lot. I have a lot to improve on, but yeah, I really did have fun playing Greedent. So yeah, that's all for the video today, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!